go to our Tuesday panel with Susie O'Brien, who's News Corp's National Education Editor. She joins us from Melbourne. And Radio 2CC breakfast host in the nation's capital, Stephen Senatiempo. Thanks for both joining us on such a big news day. We'll be having the Victorian Police Commissioner live on air at 6 o'clock as he addresses the media about this ongoing situation in Victoria. Two police officers tragically dead at the moment. Susie, I just want to go back into politics for a moment, though, and the federal coalition arguing now about net zero. Sussan Ley saying, let's wait and have this review. We're working it all through methodically. Others saying, no, let's take a position now and scrap net zero now. Which do you think is the most sensible approach?
Well, I mean, they certainly need to do something on this issue. Look at the last election result. And it's just so damaging for the Libs to have, like, the far-right flank of the party be the loud voices on this. And all it does with them calling for, you know, abolishment of any kind of targets at all, it just fuels this idea that the Libs think that climate change isn't real. And most people within the right of the party don't believe that. But, you know, it's a massive mess and a huge distraction for Sussan Ley, because the thing is the party's leaking like a sieve, and, you know, these things, there's nothing methodical about this kind of debate.
Yeah, here's what Dan T, and he's the front bencher who has to sort this out. Here's what he had to say today on Sky.
You've said that you were supportive. Are you still supportive?
Well,
of
look,
net zero?
We're working through a process at the moment, but I've said quite clearly on the record on a number of times that I support net zero by 2050.
Can you keep the party together, the coalition together through this process?
Well, look, my aim...
I don't envy your job, put it that way.
Thanks, Kieran. Look, I've always had tough jobs in politics.
Yeah, there you go. Stephen, what do you reckon they should do?
Well, they need to abandon net zero today. But I think Susie's comment highlights exactly what the problem the Liberal Party's got is. She says the far-right flank of the Liberal Party is running this. There is no far-right flank of the Liberal Party. Let's be honest about that. But that's the narrative that's out there. And we had the Prime Minister come out the other day and say, if you don't believe in net zero, you don't believe in climate change. Well, I know you combated that on your program. I editorialised about it. Caroline DeRusso has written about it on skynews.com.au. Which coalition member has come out and said that is absolute rubbish?
Yeah.
Because we don't believe in net zero, this unattainable goal that you have set, and even your experts say you can't achieve it, well, it doesn't mean we don't believe in climate change. But nobody is out there saying that. And now you've got the Nats out there saying, we are going to take nuclear to the election because that was the deal we did with the Liberals. But the Liberals are going to take another year to determine whether or not they're going to live up to the deal. I mean, it's just, they need to stand for something. And if you look at their performance in the first 2 weeks of Parliament, and again today and yesterday, they're just a directionless rabble. What they need to do is change leaders and actually stand for something and move in one direction.
Look, I couldn't disagree with what you've said there, Stephen, because it's so clear. No one's making the argument. Susie, you go with this line, which is reflecting the Albo line, and which is the line of a lot of the media and what the Labor will throw at them, that, you know, you just climate deniers, you don't want to do anything. But because no one's pushing back any alternative argument, they don't push back against the stupidity from Labor, pretending that net zero can be achieved in the first place, pretending that renewables are pushing prices down when we all know they're going up, and also pretending that what we do in Australia is going to somehow change the climate. Yet they get away with that day in, day out because the coalition's not making the argument.
That's exactly right. They're not making the argument, and they're not supporting their leader. It's a backbench rabble. I mean, it is, like I said before, it is a massive distraction for Sussan Ley. I mean, I'm sure that she would just want this off the table because they're not agreeing with each other and they're not supporting each other. And it just makes her look like a weak leader over an issue that is not at the forefront of voters' minds at this point in time, because they want movement on cost of living, not on this issue, which, you know, the party's already said they're going to take another year to make a decision. I mean, what the hell?
Get a wriggle on. If you don't know all you need to know about energy and climate now, then you shouldn't be in politics. So, of course, there's going to be more information in the future, but you should be right across it now.